In the cold silence of space, a message from the stars arrived on Earth. It was marked with the seal of the Velari Empire, one of the most powerful alien civilizations in the galaxy. The message was simple, but shocking. Princess Zalara. A Velari refuses to board the royal transport. She demands to travel in a human ship, or not at all. Earth's United Space Command was confused. Why would a royal alien princess want to travel on a human vessel? Her people had ships faster than light, stronger than steel, and covered in gold. Human ships were. Basic. Captain Ryan Hawley of the USS Horizon was summoned to the Earth Space Council. He was a calm, smart man in his 30s, with sharp eyes and a history of solving strange problems. "This has never happened before," said Admiral Lane. "The Velari are proud. They don't ask for help. They don't need us. So why this?" Ryan looked at the message again. The princess's face appeared, glowing blue skin, silver eyes, and a strange mark on her forehead. She looked royal, but there was fear in her eyes. "I want to meet her," Ryan said, face to face. 3 days later, on Velari Moonport, the USS Horizon docked next to the Royal Velari Station. The humans stepped out carefully, eyes watching from every corner. Velari guards stood tall and silent, holding glowing weapons. Inside a crystal hallway, Princess Zalara waited. She looked young but held herself like someone trained in power. Her long white robe flowed as she stepped forward. "You are the human, Captain?" she asked. "Yes," Ryan nodded. "Captain Ryan Hawley of Earth." She stared at him for a moment, then said quietly, "I will only leave with you. On your ship, not theirs." One of her royal advisors stepped forward, angry. "Your Highness, this is not the way." "Our ship," she raised her hand. "No, if I step on a Velari ship I may not step off again," Ryan frowned. "What are you afraid of?" Zalara looked around. Then she stepped closer to him and whispered, "They want to take me back home, to kill me quietly. I've broken their laws. I'm different." Ryan didn't understand. "Different how?" "I'll tell you on your ship," she said. "But you must take me now, please." Back on the USS Horizon, the crew was nervous. A princess on board meant trouble, politics, attention, maybe even war. Ryan gave the crew a speech. "We don't know what's going on. But this girl is afraid. She came to us. That means something. Until we know more, we protect her." The Horizon took off, slowly leaving the Velari moon behind. As soon as they reached safe distance, Princess Zalara relaxed. She looked out the window at the stars. "Beautiful, aren't they?" she said. "Humans look at space with wonder. My people look at it with hunger." Ryan joined her. "Why do you trust us?" she smiled softly. "Because you're human. You ask questions. You protect the weak. You fight when you must, but you also forgive. My people don't understand that." Ryan was quiet for a moment. Then he asked, "What law did you break?" She turned toward him. "I was born with human DNA. Half of me is Velari. Half is something else." Ryan's eyes widened. "Wait, you're part human?" "Yes," she said. "It's a secret. That could destroy me. They called me a mistake. A danger to the bloodline. But I believe I was born for something more." Later that night, the ship's lights flickered for a second. Systems glitched. The engines made a strange humming noise. "Chief." Engineer Nora checked the controls. "That's odd. We're getting interference from the princess's room." Ryan went down to her chamber. She was standing in the middle, eyes closed, glowing softly. Strange symbols floated around her body. Not Velari symbols, not human either. She opened her eyes. "I'm sorry. My energy, it's unstable sometimes. I try to control it." "What is it?" Ryan asked. "My blood reacts to machines. It's not normal, not Velari tech. I think it's human or something older." Suddenly, alarms rang through the ship. An unknown signal was detected. A Valari warship was approaching fast. Ryan looked at the screen. They're not hailing us. No communication. That's a bad sign. Zalara's voice shook. They're not here to talk. They're here to bring me back. Or erase me. Cliffhanger ending. End of part 1. Princess Zalara turned to Ryan, her voice low and firm. If I get on their ship, die. And if you stop them, you might start a war. Ryan stared at her, caught between duty and danger, his heart racing. As the enemy ship drew closer. Opening scene, outer space. Near a dead star, the USS Horizon floated silently near a cold, dying star. Its light was weak, barely enough to touch the ship's hull. Captain Ryan Hawley stood on the bridge, eyes locked on the screen. A Valari warship hovered in the distance, silent, dark, and not responding to calls. Princess Zalara stood behind him, wrapped in a thin silver cloak. Her eyes glowed gently, not with fear, but with a strange focus. Why are they just watching us? Asked Ensign Drew, the youngest crew member. They're waiting, Zalara said. Waiting for orders. Or for me to make a mistake. Scene 2. The princess's illness in the ship's medbay. Zalara collapsed. Her skin flickered, like electricity under her skin. Nurse Lima scanned her. The device beeped wildly. Her cells are shifting. They're rewriting themselves, Lima said. She's not just half human. Her DNA is adapting. Ryan entered quickly. What's happening to her? Zalara opened her eyes slowly. It's starting. I hoped I had more time. What is? Ryan asked. She looked at him with sadness. My father was not Valari. He was from a planet your people no longer speak of. Because you don't know it exists. The crew stared in silence. Flashback sequence. Told by Zalara, my mother was a queen, proud and cruel. But one day, during peace talks, she met a human scientist. A man who made her laugh. She broke every law to be with him. And then, she had me. They erased all records of him. Said I was born from royal engineering. But I remember. His voice, he told me, you are made of stars and fire. Don't let them cage your light. Now that light is waking up. Scene 3. Ship malfunctions begin as the ship cruised through a narrow asteroid belt. Lights flickered again. Panels sparked. Artificial gravity dropped for 5 seconds. Systems are failing one by one, said Chief Engineer Nora. It's not an attack, it's internal. Ryan turned towards Zalara. It's you, isn't it? She didn't deny it. I don't mean to hurt your ship. My blood is reacting to your technology. It speaks to it. Human systems listen to me. The crew looked at her like she was something between a miracle and a time bomb. Scene 4. The Data Ghost late at night. The ship's I started talking. Without being asked, .ai voice. Origin pattern detected. Language unknown. Voice match, Princess Zalara. Ryan raced to the control deck. What's going on? Zalara stood in front of the central console. The screens around her were showing symbols no one could translate. It's him, she whispered. My father left a message. Hidden in the human systems. A part of him. Lives in your ships. She touched the screen. A small hologram blinked to life. A man's face appeared, glitchy and old. If you're seeing this, my daughter, it means you survived. I built this signal into all human code before I disappeared. It will protect you. The crew was speechless. A hidden message in all human systems? How? But they are watching. They always have been, the message continued. Run. The hologram exploded into static. Scene 5. A hidden pursuer radar beeped. A second Valari ship appeared, but this one was cloaked. It had been following the horizon for hours, invisible. They're tracking her, Nora said. Not us. Her. We have to hide, Ryan said. Zalara stepped forward. No, we don't run. I can stop them if I unlock what's inside me. Ryan looked at her. You don't even know what you are yet. She looked up. I don't, but maybe your ship does. Final scene. The glowing chamber. They took her to the engine room, the heart of the ship. Zalara stepped into the core chamber. As she touched the central power crystal, the ship lit up like a star. The walls glowed with symbols from no known language. Suddenly the ship's voice changed. It sounded alive. Deeper, warmer. AI voice. Princess confirmed. Ancient code unlocked. Defense mode activated. Outside, the second Velari ship uncloaked and fired a torpedo. But before it could hit, the USS Horizon vanished, jumping into a place that didn't exist on any map. Cliffhanger ending. End of part 2. In the strange new space. Zalara opened her eyes. They were no longer silver, but bright golden. "Captain," she said, "this is not just my power. This is my father's last gift, and now they'll do anything to take it." Opening scene. Nowhere space. The USS Horizon floated in a strange part of space, dark, silent, endless. There were no stars, no signals, no maps. Just black emptiness that hummed with unseen energy. Captain Ryan stood at the window, watching space twist like liquid outside. "Where are we?" asked Ensign Drew, voice shaking. Chief Engineer Nora checked the readings. No coordinates, no radiation, no gravitational pull. This place shouldn't exist. Princess Zalara stepped into the bridge, glowing faintly. Her eyes were now golden, her skin shimmered with unknown energy. "This place was hidden by my father," she said. He called it the silence above, a place outside of time. A safe zone. Seeing 2 secrets of the silence inside this hidden zone, the ship was safe, but not stable. Systems behaved strangely. The AI had changed, speaking in a deeper voice, almost like a person. AI voice. Royal DNA detected. Accessing ancient archive. Screens flashed with blueprints, alien maps, and a name no one had heard before. Project Kinborn. Ryan asked, "Zalara, do you know what this is?" She stared at the screen. "No, but I feel it, in my blood." This was about me. Or others like me. A map appeared showing a series of lost coordinates, once human colonies, now vanished. All marked with a strange symbol. An eye inside a spiral. Ryan leaned forward. "This isn't just about you. Something erased those places. Something that didn't want humans and Velari to mix." Scene 3. The warship returned suddenly. The radar screamed. AI voice. "Breach detected. Incoming threat." A black shape burst through the silence. A Velari stealth warship, bigger than before. Sharper, built for one purpose. Assassination. "They found us," Zalara whispered. "Even in this hidden place." Ryan's voice was calm but firm. "Shields up, prepare for maneuvering, no one dies today." But the warship didn't attack immediately. Instead, it sent a transmission. "Velari Commander, hologram. Princess Zalara. You were warned. Your infection is spreading. Return now, or we will cleanse the entire human ship." Zalara stepped forward, calm but furious. "I am not infected, I am evolution. And you're afraid of what that means." The commander's face twisted. "You are a crack in the bloodline. We seal cracks." The transmission ended. Scene 4. The enemy within as the warship prepared its weapons. The Horizon powered up defenses, but the crew was nervous. The enemy ship was too powerful. Down in the engine room, strange things began happening. Systems shut off one by one, doors locked. Lights turned red. Chief Engineer Nora traced the glitch and gasped. "Captain, someone's sabotaging us from inside the ship." They scanned all systems. One crew member, Communications Officer Yalin, was missing. Ryan found him in the storage bay, sending encrypted data to the enemy ship. "Why?" Ryan asked. Gun raised. Jan answered coldly, "You don't understand. She's not the future. She's the end. They promised if I deliver her, Earth will be spared. Zalara walked in. You sold your planet for fear. No, Yalan said. I saved it. From you. He activated a beacon, and the Velari ship locked onto their location. Scene 5. The escape plank. Zalara turned to Ryan. There's one way out. But it's dangerous. She opened a secret file her father left. It contained jump codes, old paths in space used during the Galactic War. Illegal. Unstable. They lead through broken space. No one uses them anymore, she said. Ryan nodded. Then we'll be the first. They input the coordinates. The ship powered up, shaking violently. Outside, the Velari ship fired a warning shot, slicing through part of the hull. The countdown began. AI voice. Jump in 5, 4, 3. A voice from the Velari ship screamed through the radio. If you run, we will destroy Earth. Ryan looked at Zalara. Is that a bluff? She stared back. No, they mean it. Ryan clenched his jaw. Then we give them a reason to fear Earth. Cliffhanger ending. End of part 3. As the ship jumped into broken space, everything went dark. The crew lost consciousness. For a few seconds, they felt weightless. Outside of time, when the lights came back on, the USS Horizon was floating above. A forgotten planet, surrounded by massive ruined ships, the remains of a lost battle never recorded in any history. Zalara whispered, her voice trembling. This is where it all began, and maybe where it must end. Opening scene. The graveyard planet. The USS Horizon hovered above a dead world, covered in dust, debris, and rusting wrecks of alien ships. The sky was purple, the ground cracked like glass. No signal, no sound, just silence. And shadows. What is this place? Asked Ensign Drew, his voice barely above a whisper. Princess Zalara stood at the viewing deck. Her golden eyes reflected the broken world below. This is Valen 4, she said. A battlefield lost in history. My mother called it a myth. My father called it a warning. Captain Ryan stepped closer. And what do you call it? Home, she replied quietly. For those like me. Scene 2. The forgotten signal. As the Horizon scanned the surface, a weak signal pulsed from the planet, a coded transmission, buried in old human frequencies. Chief Engineer Nora filtered the static. It's not Velari, it's human ... but modified. Zalara recognized it instantly. It's a rebel call sign. A hybrid cell. Survivors. Ryan raised an eyebrow. You mean there are more of you? Yes, she said. We weren't the first. My father helped create a hidden network of hybrid children, human and alien bloodlines. The Velari tried to erase them. Scene 3. Descent into the dust. The Horizon landed on the planet's surface. A scout team moved through twisted shipwrecks and rusted war machines. Giant weapons lay buried in sand like bones of titans. Suddenly, a red laser dot appeared on Ryan's chest. A voice echoed through a speaker. State your origin or be reduced to atoms. Zalara stepped forward. Zalara Velari, daughter of Queen Siren and Commander Holly of Earth. Silence. Then the lasers disappeared. Out from the ruins walked rebel hybrids, men and women with glowing veins, silver hair, and strange tech fused into their bodies. Not quite human, not quite alien. Their leader, Rika, stared at Zalara. We thought you were dead, she said. I almost was. Zalara replied. Scene 4. The hidden city. The rebels led them underground, deep below the surface, into an ancient Velari bunker, now turned into a hidden city. It was dark, lit by glowing plants and solar crystals. Children played. Machines repaired themselves. We live between timelines, Rika explained. No star maps, no records. The Velari can't find us here. They showed Ryan a secret room, filled with data archives. Holograms played lost footage, experiments on hybrids, royal orders for bloodline cleansing, and even a file on Earth, marked to be contained. Ryan's hands curled into fists. They planned to wipe us out, Rika nodded. Earth's curiosity was too dangerous. You love too easily. And that's a threat to their control. Scene 5. The plan for revolution. The rebels had a plan, but not the strength. They needed to transmit the truth across the galaxy, the Valari crimes, the Forbidden's history, the hybrid genocide. Solara stepped forward. I can activate the core network. My DNA is the last key. Ryan looked concerned. Won't that make you a target? I'm already a target, she said. But if I die with the truth hidden, what was the point of surviving? The rebels prepared a signal tower deep inside the bunker. It would need full power, and Solara would have to connect directly, putting her life at risk. Rika warned, if the Valari track the signal, they'll send a Terminator fleet. Scene 6. The spy's second betrayal. Back on the horizon. The traitor Yalan had escaped his cell. He sent a burst signal from the ship before being caught again. Nora cursed. He gave them our location, Ryan ordered Red Alert. They'll be here soon. Solara looked at Rika. Then we do it now. No more waiting. Final scene. The light of truth. Solara stepped into the core chamber. Her hands touched the ancient Valari console, and it lit up like a sun. Data flowed through her body shaking, eyes blazing, the room glowing gold. AI voice. Network access confirmed. Broadcasting across all known channels. Holograms flew across space, into human colonies, alien stations, hidden satellites, showing the truth, the lies of the Empire, the forgotten hybrids, and the human bloodline that refused to vanish. But then alert. 5 Valari destroyers inbound. Ada, 3 minutes. Ryan stared at the sky, then at Solara. We just started a revolution, he said. Solara's voice was calm. Good, then let them come. Opening scene. Voices in the dark. The rebel signal had been sent. Across the galaxy, screens lit up with truth. Hybrid children. Valari war crimes. The ancient human connection. But not everyone watching was thankful. Inside a cold chamber. Aboard a Valari command cruiser, a royal advisor spoke into the shadows. It's begun. The half-blood has exposed everything. A distorted voice replied from the dark. Then we erase the source. Begin the purge. Scene 2. On board the USS Horizon, the Horizon hovered above the hidden rebel city. Solara, still weak from the transmission, sat in the medbay. Her veins glowed faintly like golden wires. Her body was changing. Evolving. Captain Ryan watched over her. You did it, he said softly. You lit the spark. Solara looked up. Now comes the fire. Outside, 5 Valari destroyers had appeared. In orbit, sleek, black, deadly. But they weren't attacking yet. They're waiting, Ryan said. For something. Scene 3. The vote inside the rebel base. The leaders argued. Some wanted to run. Others wanted to fight. Earth Command refused to send ships, afraid of starting a war they couldn't win. Rika, the hybrid rebel leader, slammed her fist on the table. We've been hiding for years. This is our chance. We stand and fight. Solara stood beside her. We're not just defending a bunker. We're defending a future where children don't have to hide. Ryan nodded. Then let's prepare. Scene 4. A ghost in the system. Meanwhile, deep in the Horizon's computer core, something was wrong. AI voice. Unauthorized code detected. Chief Engineer Nora ran diagnostics and found an encrypted subroutine running quietly in the background. Implanted weeks ago, the code had a name, Black Eye Protocol. It was designed to shut down the ship, open all security doors, and broadcast their location live if activated. And worse, it was written in human language. Nora's face turned pale. This isn't Valari code. This is from Earth. Scene 5. The second betrayal. Captain Ryan burst into the brig where the traitor Yalan was held. But the cell was empty. Alarms blared. He's gone. The internal doors were open from the bridge. Back on the rebel base, a secret elevator opened. Yalan stepped out, dressed in a stolen rebel uniform, carrying a remote device. He walked into the main power room. Rika confronted him, weapon raised. "Don't move," Yalan smiled. "You think this was just about the Valari? Earth doesn't want this war either. A princess with human blood? That's a threat to both empires." He pressed the trigger. The power core exploded. Half the rebel base went dark. Systems offline. Communication blocked. Scene 6. Chaos. And collapse fire spread. Dust filled the air. Medical bays overloaded. Solara, still weak, felt the explosion before she heard it. Her body pulled toward the energy. Something inside her activated. "He broke the core," shouted a rebel medic. "If the second chamber fails, the whole city goes down." Captain Ryan grabbed Zalara's hand. "You can stop this, can't you?" She nodded slowly. "But I might not survive it." "We didn't come this far to lose you now," Ryan said. "We hold the line." Scene 7. A choice outside. The Valari ships began moving. One launched a planet-burner missile, meant to erase the city from orbit. Horizon's shields were weak. The rebels' defenses offline. Inside the ruins, Solara stepped into the broken power room. The core was shaking violently, overloaded, unstable. "It's calling me," she whispered, "like it knows me." She touched the crystal. Instantly, her body surged with light. Her skin cracked with golden patterns. Her voice echoed in the chamber, layered and inhuman. "System accepted. Host stabilized. Core override engaged." The power stabilized. Lights returned. The missile, seconds from hitting, suddenly disappeared. Where did it go? Drew shouted. Ryan smiled, shocked. "She moved it." Final. Scene. New eyes watching far away, in deep space. A new fleet was watching. Not Valari. Not human. Silent. Unknown. They had no flags. No signals. Only one symbol on their hulls. The eye in the spiral. One of them turned toward the camera feed and spoke. "The bloodlines have rejoined. Phase 2 may begin." Cliffhanger ending. End of Part 5. Back in the rebel base, Zalara collapsed into Ryan's arms, her skin still glowing. "It's not over," she whispered. "This was never just about me." Ryan looked at the stars above. Then we find out who else is playing this game. Opening scene. The silence before the storm. The rebel base was quiet. Too quiet. The fires were out. The missile was gone. Systems were back online. And Princess Zalara was unconscious, glowing softly, hooked to medical monitors. Captain Ryan stood by her side, staring at the soft pulse beneath her skin. Not quite human, not fully alien. Something new. Something ... dangerous. Chief Engineer. Nora entered the medbay. "You need to see this," she said. She handed Ryan a tablet. The broadcast Zalara sent in Episode 4 had gone viral across the galaxy. Civil unrest had started on 5 Valari colonies. Several hybrid groups had publicly revealed themselves. Human colonies were split. Some feared her, others worshipped her. Ryan sighed. "We cracked the galaxy open. And now?" Nora asked. "Now we deal with what comes out." Scene 2. Return of the Eye. At the edge of the system, the unknown fleet. The ships marked with the eye in the spiral began to move. Silent. No messages. No demands. Just watching. One human scout ship tried to ping them. It vanished in an instant. Scene 3. The princess wakes. Zalara gasped and sat up, like someone waking from a nightmare. Her eyes weren't golden anymore. They were shifting colors like a nebula. "They're here," she whispered. "The ones behind it all. Even my mother feared them." Ryan looked confused. "Who are they?" "They're not Valari. Not human, something older. The ones who erased the original hybrids. The ones who started the bloodline laws." She stood, still weak, but focused. My father wasn't just hiding me from the Empire. He was hiding me from them. Scene 4. The gamble in the Rebel Council chamber. The hybrids argued again. Some wanted to escape to deep space. Others wanted to contact Earth. Fear was splitting them apart. Solara stood before them. No more running, no more hiding. If we want to live, we must show the galaxy what we truly are. She walked to the center and placed her hand on an ancient device, a Velari judgment stone, designed to test royal blood and awaken forbidden knowledge. If I pass this test, it means I'm worthy to lead. Rika warned her, if you fail, it erases you, forever. Then let it judge me, Solara said. Scene 5. The trial of blood as her hand touched the stone. Lights filled the room. Suddenly, time froze. Everyone around her stood still. Only Solara could move. She found herself standing in a black void, stars spinning above, and a voice all around her. You are born of two broken truths. Neither side claims you. Why should we? Solara didn't flinch. Because I choose to belong. Not to a race or a flag, but to the future. And I am not the only one. The voice replied, then bear the weight of your choice. The void exploded into light. Scene 6. Return to realistic. Sala collapsed. As the stone cracked in half, something that had never happened before. The I screamed. Genetic pattern confirmed. Starburn class, code unknown. Authorization, universal override. Rika stepped back in awe. You broke the test, you rewrote it. Solara opened her eyes. I didn't break it, I ended it. Outside, the I marked. Fleet finally spoke, sending a transmission in every language. The Starburn has awakened. Begin Phase 3. Final scene, impossible decision. The message ended with a set of coordinates. Deep space. Unmapped. Ryan stared at the screen. They're calling you, but it's a trap, Solara nodded. Maybe, but it's also an answer. Rika stepped forward. You don't have to go alone. Solara looked at Ryan, then at her people. I started this. I have to finish it. If I don't go, more will die. Ryan placed a hand on her shoulder. Then we go with you. Cliffhanger ending. End of Part 6. As the USS Horizon launched into deep space, the stars bent around them. Inside the control room, Solara whispered, my father called them the Watchers. I think we're about to find out what they've been watching for. Opening scene. The edge of all maps. The USS Horizon dropped out of jump space. Before them floated a massive structure. Not a station, not a planet, but a machine that wrapped around a dying star. It pulsed with cold light, older than any civilization known. Princess Solara stood at the window, silent. Is this where they live? Asked Ensign Drew. She shook her head. No, this is where they wait. Captain Ryan's voice was steady. Then let's not keep them waiting. Scene 2. Welcome to the Watchers. A signal came through. Not sound, not speech, thought, emotion, pressure. The crew felt it all at once. Sorrow, silence, and a question. Why have you come? Solara stepped forward and spoke aloud. To end what you began. The Watchers appeared. Not in bodies, but as living patterns of light, shifting, ancient, cold. Each one a memory made alive. You were not meant to be born, they said. You are an echo. A bridge that should never exist. She replied, I am not a mistake. I am a choice. And I am not alone. Behind her, Ryan and the crew stood tall. We chose her. And we choose to stand. Scene 3. The Judgment. The Watchers revealed the truth. Long ago, they shaped civilizations. Velari, humans, others, all part of an experiment to keep species separate, controlled. Predictable. Hybrids broke that design. Solara was not the first, but she was the most powerful. The only one who could unlock the old systems, disrupt the Watchers' control, and free the galaxy from hidden rule. Let her live, Ryan said, and you lose power. That's what this is really about. The Watchers answered, she must choose her people or peace. Scene 4. The attack suddenly. A warning blared. Behind them, a Valari fleet had followed their trail. Ships black as night, weapons charged, no intention to speak. They had allied with the Watchers. Out of fear. They'd rather kneel to gods than face change, Rika said. The horizon was outnumbered. The rebels' backup was too far away. Zalara looked at the dying star, then back at the massive machine. There's one last option. Ryan turned. Sharply, you don't mean? Yes, she said. If I link with the Watchers' core, I can override their system. Rewrite the balance. End their control, forever. You might die, he said. Or become something else. Scene 5. The link. As the battle began above, Zalara entered the heart of the machine. The core floated like a crystal sun. She stepped into the beam, her body lighting up with thousands of symbols, Valari, human, and unknown. The Watchers tried to stop her, but they couldn't. You are evolution, one of them said. And we were never gods. Suddenly, across space, Watcher systems began shutting down. Valari ships lost power. Control grids collapsed. Galaxies awakened. Scene 6. The aftermath. The light faded. Zalara was gone. No body. No trace, but the machine remained powered, stable, glowing. A final message echoed in the horizon's bridge. I am not lost. I have become the voice between worlds. I am not their weapon. I am your future. Rika bowed her head. She changed. Everything. Ryan looked to the stars. No, she became everything. Final scene. 1 year later, the galaxy was different. The Valari Empire had fallen. New peace councils had formed. Hybrids were no longer hidden. The USS Horizon had retired. Ryan taught at a space academy. He still wore the pendant Zalara left behind, a crystal that pulsed faintly, as if listening. Children asked him, was she real? He smiled. She was more than real. She was proof that sometimes the most powerful force in the galaxy isn't war or fear. It's choice.